This is a presentation of the Arizona Cardinals Broadcast Network.
Hey, let's get this going right here. Here we go. Let's work today. Got him. Let's go. All day. Way to keep fighting. Let's get it going right here. That's how football goes. Let's go win it. Let's go win it. Let's go.
This is Cardinals Game Plan with Head Coach Kliff Kingsbury, presented by Dignity Health.
All right, welcome in everyone, and welcome back from the bye week. It is Arizona Cardinals Game Plan. Paul Calvisi, Ron Wolfley. Wolf, if timing is everything in life, it seemed like a pretty good time for a bye. Third straight win, and you know what? It was sort of a much-needed break in a lot of ways, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Paulie. And by the way, you're sitting there at 5-2 after playing 7 games and just beat the best team in the conference.
Yeah, 2 primetime wins. You had the short week. But you know what? For the expert opinion, let's bring in the head coach, Kliff Kingsbury. Coach, what'd you think about the timing of the bye, and how'd you spend your bye? Did you get some mental health?
As a coach, you know, you can see it 2 ways. One, you're on a little bit of a roll and you want to keep it going. But like you mentioned, that was a physical game. We have some guys who are banged up, and I think for our overall health, it probably came at a good time. And as far as me on the bye week, it was a lot of sleep and a lot of catching up on Netflix. That's about it.
Let's talk about the game, all right? Not just a win, but a comeback win. I got to imagine when you're down 10-0 and you're down 20-7, 34-24, you like the manner in which the team stayed mentally strong.
I do. I thought there was a good feel on the sideline the entire night. I mean, you're playing one of the top offenses, if not the top offense in the league right now, points per game, and one of the best players. And they're hot and they're rolling, but guys didn't blink. They continue to fight. They continue to make plays, and we hung in there just enough to find a way to get it done at the end.
Coach, my old coach used to say, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And I think of Budda Baker and what Budda Baker did. Talk about that pick and what he brought to the team and what he did for the team.
He's phenomenal. I mean, it looks like there's 3 of them out there. Every time he's out there, you see 32 making tackles, getting interception, pass breakups. I mean, anything we ask him to do, he does it at the highest level. And just his intensity, his focus, his preparation, week in, week out is so good for our organization.
That was insane to see what DK Metcalf did. Budda Baker's a guy who won the 100 meters in high school. The Next Gen Stats said he went 115 yards and reached 22.64 miles per hour, which is remarkable. But how about what Pat P did on DK Metcalf and the way he was able to contain him?
Yeah, I was really proud of Pat. He wanted that challenge of taking on DK. He was having a phenomenal year, you know, one of the top wideouts in the league. One of the most imposing physical specimens I've ever seen in person, and just having a monster year. And I thought Pat P accepted that challenge and did a really nice job. So
late second quarter, you answer a couple of scores by Seattle with scores of your own. How critical was that whole sequence late in the first half?
That was huge, just to keep it, within striking distance. We knew they were going to score, and we had to keep up, and we found a way to do that right there at the end.
Coach, I'm thinking about the juxtaposition of that first half where Seattle went out, they were scoring points, they were moving the ball all over the field, 27 points to be exact. And then, of course, in the second half, night and day difference. Talk about your defense and the job they did in that second half and what was different.
Yeah, that's what this league's about, is those halftime adjustments, as you know. And I thought our defensive coaches, led by Vance, did a phenomenal job of making adjustments and cleaning some things up and really played their tails off. To hold that offense to 7 points in the half is phenomenal and really gave us a chance to kind of claw back into it.
Yet you're down 34-24 late fourth quarter. Talk us through how you're able to come back, tie it, and force overtime.
Yeah, our guys just kept believing. You know, we had a fortunate call on the field goal that allowed us to extend that drive, and then Christian made a great catch and great effort to get in right before the 2-minute. So we were able to kind of save a timeout there, and what a huge play by Tanner Vallejo on the ensuing drive. 3rd and 2, he comes up and makes a stop, so they have to punt. And then I thought our offensive operation on the 2-minute drives throughout the night was superb.
Absolutely, Coach. Great resiliency, I think, for the most part, shown in all 3 phases all night long. But talk a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald in regard to his clock management. Once again, getting on the pig, getting the ball, Coach, and getting that thing spotted.
Yeah, I mean, he's a coach on the field. He really is. I mean, the things he sees, the information you get from him, and then just the heads-up play and the level of awareness is all time, as we all know. So to see him do that again is just awesome.
And then you had a couple of clutch plays for sure in the overtime. The Isaiah Simmons interception, we'll get into that a little bit later. But Zane Gonzalez rebounded and obviously had the game winner.
He did, and I was so happy for Zane. He's done such a great job since the staff has been here, and a huge kick. You know, we kind of unintentionally iced him on that first one, which was not a very good coaching move by myself. But he came back and answered the bell the second one, and that's what it's about.
Coach Kingsbury sets his sights on the Miami Dolphins when we return to Cardinals Game Plan. Presented by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. By Nissan. For great offers, shop NissanUSA.com. By Desert Financial Credit Union, sharing success with you. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Welcome back to Cardinals Game Plan and Coach Kingsbury's virtual film room, powered by Microsoft Surface.
All right, welcome back. Cardinals got back into the game against Seattle down 10-0 late first quarter, and there it was, 3rd and 2 at the 35. And, Coach, take it from there. Let's hit the film room, and you tell us about Kyler to D-Hop.
Yeah, this is a play that we taken from Ohio State, where you really try to catch the defense off guard. We kind of fake like we're looking at the sideline to get a play, and then we snap it, and you got to have man coverage where they're looking at the guy and not the ball. Receivers take off, and Kyler made a heck of a throw, and D-Hop did a phenomenal job keeping his feet in, and it's a big play in the beginning of the game.
Coach, if you could also break down the Isaiah Simmons interception, it was awesome to me because it was 0 or not to 0. That is the question right there. Take us through Isaiah Simmons and his game-clinching interception.
I thought it was a phenomenal sequencing of calls by VJ. You know, we'd gone 0 multiple times in a row. They were getting in that area where if they got any more, they were going to have a field goal attempt to win the game. And so he went 0-0 and then got everybody up in there on 3rd down and bluffed like he was. And Isaiah bailed out. The ball came to him, made a phenomenal catch, and really gave us a chance to win that game.
You're never going to replace Chandler Jones, obviously, but how about Hassan Reddick right now? Give us a thought on how well you think he's playing and what exactly he's doing to be so effective.
I've made mention of it really since last year when we moved him back to outside linebacker, really more of his natural position, played with his hand down in college, had a tremendous career there. And you can just see he's getting more and more comfortable there. That's where he feels good. That's where he can use his instincts and athleticism, and has made some huge plays for us this year.
So, Coach, Christian Kirk has got 5 touchdowns in his last 4 games. Any explanation for that? What is going on with Christian Kirk?
I mean, he's a guy who shows up every day and gives you everything he's got. You know, early on in the season when the ball wasn't finding him as much, he never said a word. He just kept working. And so you're excited to see a guy like that have that type of success. But he's a guy who's made himself open down there in the red area, and I hope it continues.
Coach, Chase Edmonds obviously appears to be in line to get a lot more reps with Kenyon Drake and his injury and overcoming that injury. Talk about Kenyon Drake. Do you think he might be available? And if not, where's your confidence level in regard to Chase Edmonds?
We're day-to-day with Kenyon. Luckily, it wasn't as severe as maybe we initially thought, but it's still going to be a day-to-day injury, and so I'm not sure if he'll be available this week. But we view Chase as a starting running back. I mean, you see what he does when he gets in. He's so productive in the run game and the pass game. His pass protection is second to none. And so he's a guy that we have all the confidence in the world in to slide in there and continue to produce.
What do you think of Kyler overall against Seattle? We seemingly see something we haven't seen before. Even him throwing the touchdown pass without his hands on the laces, right? I mean, but what do you think overall on Kyler against the Seahawks?
I thought that was one of his more impressive games, simply because of the mental toughness that he showed. To get down like that to Russell Wilson and not blink an eye and not try to panic and not try to force things. And then his operation in the 2-minute drills that were, 1 before the half and really 2 there at the end of the game was as good as I've seen by him.
All right, the Miami Dolphins have already beaten the Rams and the 49ers. They have the #1 scoring D in the NFL. Pick it up from there. What are you seeing on the Miami Dolphins right now?
You just nailed it. Very opportunistic. It's a group that's going to come in with a lot of confidence, having won 3 in a row and beat some very good teams, and they find different ways to win. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give them, is all 3 faces kind of come together to find a way to get it done.
What do you see out of Tua Tagovailoa?
Yeah, Tua's a tremendous player, as we all know, as we followed him through his college career. He's a guy who makes good decisions, gets the ball out quick, can move with his feet and extend plays, and so we'll have our hands full defensively trying to slow him down.
I'm guessing Vance is going to give him a lot of looks. His second career start, he's a rookie. What about what Miami's D did against Jared Goff? It seemed like they brought the blitz a lot, and they were very aggressive. Can a defense get away with that against Kyler and his athleticism?
Yeah, no doubt. When they're executing at that level, definitely. I felt like they were aggressive. They dictated that game against the Rams and created turnovers in the first half, which in this league, if you do that, it's going to be hard to win. And you got to take your hat off to those guys.
After the break, DeAndre Hopkins mic'd up for the win over the Seahawks when Cardinals Game Plan returned. Welcome back to Cardinals Game Plan. To say receiver DeAndre Hopkins has had a big impact since joining the Cards would be an understatement. Last weekend against the Seahawks was no exception, and the superstar was mic'd up for the victory.
48-yard attempt for Zane Gonzalez, looking to win the game and get some redemption here in overtime.
We need this break right here.
Snap, ball is down, kick from Gonzalez is up.
Wired, brought to you by your Arizona Ford dealers.
Ooh, we feel good today.
It looks good, man.
Feel good today. Feel sensational. Stay tuned, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go score right here. Even this thing back up.
Empty set, 2nd and 11. Murray back to pass, fires over the middle, deflected up in the air, and incomplete. Should have been picked off. There is a flag down.
You gotta call it.
Some contact there.
He back here. You right there looking.
3 receivers on the 35-yard line. Murray in shotgun, has the football, short set, throws a deep ball. Left side, single coverage, and it is pulled in by DeAndre Hopkins, and he's got a touchdown. What a catch by Nuke to put the Cardinals on the board with 2:39 to go in the first.
Oh. Where to eat, boy? That's what you want to do now. All day. All day. Hey, come on. Come on, yo. Let's go. He played a good defense.
Pistol formation. Drake behind Murray. Murray takes a low snap, fakes the handoff. Murray throws to the left side. It is caught by Hopkins at the 30. Near side 35-40 and dragged down by Wagner.
Boy, you fast.
Shotgun snap to Murray. Quick throw to the left flat. Caught by Hopkins at the 30-yard line. Turns right and fumbles the ball at the 31-yard line. And the Seahawks recover it. Hopkins trying to do too much there, breaking tackles and trying to cut up field. And he coughed up the ball.
Gotta let my team down. This is a big game.
Seattle brings a blitz. Pass away to the left side along the sideline. Caught. First down. 12-yard gain.
I went out of bounds. I ain't got out of bounds. I got out of bounds too. I'm messing with you. Let's go. Come on. Hey.
Takes the snap, drops back, throws right side corner of the end zone. Wide open is Kirk, and he's in. Touchdown. He was wide open in the right corner of the end zone. 20-13 Seattle.
Nice ass toe tap. Hurry up. 9 seconds.
Pistol formation, snap to Murray. 5-step drop, looking, throwing left sideline. Caught. DeAndre Hopkins got 2 feet down. What a grab.
Hey, Tyler. 1.
Snap to Murray, and he keeps it himself, running left. Got a defender with him at the 5. Breaks a tackle, dives, touchdown.
Good what? What I'm talking about?
Kyler Murray with a touchdown run. They're back within 4.
Killed his ass. Hey, we still got them double moves.
Snap to Murray, short set, fires right, caught by Kirk at the 2, dives, he's in, touchdown, and it leaves 2:28 on the clock. 34-31 Seattle.
But look, we got 2 timeouts though, so we might get the ball back about 50-40 seconds. More than enough. Yeah.
Snap, ball is down, the kick by Gonzalez is up, it hugs the left upright, it's good, he made it! We're going to overtime!
We get another chance. Let's go.
48-yard attempt for Zane Gonzalez, looking to win the game and get some redemption here in overtime.
We need this break right here.
Snap, ball is down, kick from Gonzalez is up, it looks good! It is good! The Cardinals win it!
The Miami Dolphins are on the horizon as the Cardinals return after their bye. We put our eye on the opponent when Game Plan returns. Now, Paul Calvisi and Ron Wolfley put their eye on the opponent, presented by Phillips Law Group, proud partner of the Cardinals.
You know, we always talk about making that jump from year one to year two. Well, you know what? That goes for head coaches and teams as well. Wolf, look at the Dolphins, look at the Cardinals, Kliff Kingsbury, Brian Flores. I mean, just this Miami team that's now won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5. After 7 games a year ago, they were dead last in points allowed. Now they're number 1 this season in scoring defense. Explain what's going on with Miami's D.
Wow, Paulie, I mean, you nailed it right there. It is unbelievable to watch them, right? First and second down, they'll give up yards. Third down, for the most part, they're getting off the field. As a matter of fact, they're tied at number 2 in the league in terms of third down defense, getting off the field. The other thing they don't do is give up an awful lot of points. But one of the reasons why they don't give up a lot of points is they're too busy taking the ball away from you. That's what the Dolphins do. They're tied for number 2 in the National Football League in takeaways per game. 1.9 takeaways per game. Almost 2 takeaways for the Miami Dolphins. That's the reason why teams have not been able to capitalize on all the yards they've gained, because they can't score touchdowns because the Dolphins are taking the ball away for the most part from you. Kyler Murray has got to protect the ball. I think ball security is going to be the number 1 key for the Cardinals against the Dolphins.
Some of the Rams players said they couldn't believe how aggressive the cover 0 blitz schemes were from Brian Flores and that Miami D. Can they get away with that against Kyler Murray and his athleticism?
You're rolling the dice, Paulie. You better get home, right? You better get to him if you're going to go cover 0. And then if you're going to go cover 0, you know what that means. D-Hop is one-on-one. He's one-on-one with somebody, and I don't know if you want to pick DeAndre Hopkins and say, yeah, we're going to force you to throw a 50-50 ball to D-Hop. I just don't see that happening, Paul. I don't think they're going to come after Kyler Murray in that regard, but it is going to be fascinating to watch this matchup because the Dolphins defensively are lights out when it comes to limiting your points, and yet you're talking about the number 1 offense in the NFL, that being the Arizona Cardinals.
Of course, with Miami's offense, it's just the opposite. 145 total yards, only 8 first downs in beating the Rams. It's a work in progress, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, Paulie. If you watch that Rams game, too, it just the Rams obliterated the Miami Dolphins. They did. They just destroyed them in every regard. 31 first downs to 8. 471 yards to 145. Just 92 plays to 48. Obliterated and destroyed the Dolphins in every regard except for the scoreboard. Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback. I would expect Vance Joseph to give him a lot of complex looks.
All right, well, last time Cardinals played the Dolphins in Miami, it was an absolute downpour. None of that this time. Cardinals with a home game in front of their own fans.
Coach K with his keys to victory against the Dolphins when Game Plan returns. Cardinals Game Plan has been presented by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. By Nissan. For great offers, shop NissanUSA.com. By Desert Financial Credit Union, sharing success with you. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, it's 2020. You knew it would happen at some point. There are 2 players on the COVID-19 list. So, Coach, take it from there and just tell us, how are you dealing with this and what do you see in the future?
Yeah, it's a tough deal. Like you said, it's the year that you knew it was if not when, and unfortunately it's 2 starters, defensive starters for us. But those guys are feeling good. They have to do the mandatory protocols and will be out 10 to 12 days, but I'm just glad that they're healthy and we'll move forward.
So, Coach, if in fact you're going to beat the Miami Dolphins, go ahead and break it down for us. Tell us what are going to be some of the keys to winning.
Yeah, we have to protect the football. They're opportunistic. They're aggressive. We got to handle the pressure offensively and then defensively. Find a way to slow down Tua and mix up looks and get him off the field.
You scored 30 plus in each of your last 3, and Miami's allowing 17 points or fewer in the last 3. What do you think is going to be the most challenging part of going against that Miami defense, which is what they're known for right now?
Yeah, they have a great secondary. I think it starts with those 2 corners. They're able to play a lot of man coverage, very aggressive, get their hands on you, and then up front they're really long, probably the longest defensive front we've faced as far as getting the quarterback, getting their hands up, knocking balls down, and so they provide a bunch of problems that we'll have to deal with.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for watching Cardinals Game Plan.